Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Severance. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 5 of season 2 of Severance. This looks weird. I know, if you don't watch the beginning or the end of some of my commentaries, you'd be like, where the hell is she? This is Japan! This is a closet inside of my hotel room in Kyoto in Japan. So, how exotic. It just happens to be the best place for me to film so I don't disturb others and try to get some audio quality. I already filmed another episode of another show and it was very echoey, so I moved it on into the closet, and so I am now closeted. Anyway, the last episode, Irv, oh man, Irv, I swear that was the episode heard around the world. I think everybody was just like, the way John Turturro said, like, yes, do it, Seth. Like, it was so aggressive and so menacing, and I love that we're on his side and he is on our side and we want all of the good things for the people. I felt very vindicated because I had said that it was Helena from the very beginning, and I don't think that there was a lot of people that had finally gotten to that episode that were like still thinking that it was Heliar. But I do think that there are people that absolutely love Heliar and didn't want to believe that it was Helena. And now I don't know where we go from here, because Irving can't come back to the severed floor. If he does, it's literally because Mark won't work without him. But I feel like their minds can be wiped. I don't even know if Lumen can do that. I don't know if that's a thing that can happen. But it seemed like when Harmony was faced with going to the board with Helena, and, you know, Helena said, like, let's reset, that really scared the hell out of Harmony. And so maybe they can, maybe they can't. I feel like if they could have wiped their chips or their memories of something, that they already would have done that. Because, like, you know, Mark remembering his, you know, outie world, his sister, his brother-in-law, you know, all of them having experiences, even some that they don't even really know about, but like them having those experiences in the outside world, you'd think that they'd be like, well, now we gotta wipe you. And so I don't know if they can really do that. Now, the episode prior, we ended with Mark being reintegrated, or at least in the process of being reintegrated. And we saw the glitch back and forth. We heard Petey's voice. We saw the moment that Mark woke up on the table. And then we had this, you know, field trip episode. And I don't know if they're starting to show us certain things out of sequence. So then when the final episodes kind of come together, those will be in sequence. I'm not sure if that's happening. I'm not sure if this episode starts and we're with Helena on the outside, if we're with Dylan on the outside, if we are, you know, with Irving on the outside, if we start a storyline with Bert. Like, I don't know, because there's so many places that we could go. You know, Natalie was with Rickon and talking about making a book for the innies, so they're trying to manipulate Rickon into like thinking that all of a sudden being severed is great, even though he was very much against it and wasn't happy that Mark did it. You know, Ragabi is trying to reintegrate Mark, and I don't know if Irving was going through the same process, maybe with somebody else, because I feel like Ragabi has her own reasons for wanting to try reintegration. I don't believe it's out of the kindness of her own heart. I don't believe that, you know, it's just an FU to Lumen. So like there's other motivations that are there. And I don't know if she even cares about the people that she's reintegrating and like what happens to them in the process. So I'm eager to see where we go with that. And again, I don't know if Irving has been reintegrated or if he's such a strong-willed mind on the outside that like he could just penetrate through, like he's found ways of talking to his innie. And definitely being able to dream is what made Irving see Egan, Helena's face, and figured out that she was an Egan that way. And then like the Woe sitting there at the cubicle typing, you know, like I don't really know the symbolism of that, but it was creepy, and it was enough for Irv to like realize that his dream was about Helena, that like that seat is where Helly sits. So, it's telling him another story. And then her popping up from the side, I'm sure, is just being like, she's right there. So wonderful. The acting with John and Trammell, like Trammell Tillman is just, I want to watch other things that he's in because I'm sure he's got even a wider range than what he has, but he's so good. He's so good. And I don't know where Miss Wong was through the whole thing. Anyway, what happens when Irving gets zapped from innie to outie when he's in the middle of the forest? Like, does he turn around and see Mark? Does he like see Dylan up on like the ledge there? Does he like recognize Helena and is just like, oh, is that Helena or Helly? Like does he like talk to them at all? Because I would, if they zapped me back, I would have immediately turned around and been like, ooga 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 ooga, and like I don't know if I would have done that, but I would have been like, hey guys, it's me, the real Irving, or like the outie Irving or whatever. I don't know. I feel like it'd be too tempting to turn around and say something. I don't know. And Irving said to Dylan, like, hang in there. And everyone was just like, there's something behind that poster in the break room. Or not, is it the break room? Yes, in the break room. It's so hard because they had like a little cafe kitchenette area where they would have their breaks, and then they had the break room where they broke you. And like now that's like a different room for them. So yeah. So there's probably something to do with the poster. And if they do a pregnancy storyline, I'm going to be very disappointed because I think that is incredibly horrible writing. I think Mark and Helena having sex, first of all, is assault. I don't know if they address that. I feel like they should. And if they don't, like, that's really shitty. And like I said, if there's like a pregnancy thing, because he had said that him and Gemma had been trying for a while and like it just never happened. I don't know if that's a Gemma issue biologically, if it is a Mark issue biologically, if like it just wasn't the right time. But if Helena gets pregnant, I'll be disappointed because I think that's lazy writing. What else do we have to talk about? Because there's so much where the storylines we've been given, like Dylan, innie Dylan and outie Dylan's wife, like she got to see the Dylan that like she like wants to see at home, that's involved, and like she said I love you to him, and she did not say it to outie Dylan, and she probably does love him, but she's probably also like, I don't know what to do. And that's probably why she's involved and she's going to see innie Dylan, and it's to like, and I feel like it is going to, one, make her know that that's inside of him, that like there's somebody who's actively engaged and wants to know her and spend time with her and the kids, and this other person that's been disengaged obviously is going through something. So maybe like they could figure out, I don't know, some therapy for outie Dylan so he can at least, I don't know, feel better about himself. He's got a dope wife. She seems pretty awesome. I can't speak for the kids, but like they don't seem boring. So, there's storylines that are in every direction that I can't wait to see where we go. And I didn't even get to mention the goats. Gwendolyn Christie was on a podcast with Adam and Ben, and boy, is she weird, and I love her for that, and I hope she stays who she is for forever, but she is just phenomenal. If you guys haven't listened to that podcast, it's on episode 3, and the entire time they kept saying Helena, so I think they already assumed everyone knew that was Helena before the episode 4 even aired, where there was the reveal. But I'm curious about the goats, what they're doing there, the mammalian, what is it? Mammalian nurturable, which just the way it rolls off Gwendolyn Christie's tongue is fantastic. And this time I will actually have captions, so I'm really excited for that because I didn't know her name was Lauren until I listened to the podcast. So I recommend the podcast as a companion piece to this. But guys, I am so excited to get into this episode, so let's go.
Do you remember where it is?
I'm sorry! I should have listened!
Just remember, hang in there.
May Kier's
Is his book behind the poster? Ooh, I bet you it is.
Dark.
I don't want that to be the last time we see Irving B.
heaven.
Who is this and why is his face being obscured? Oh. Dental tools. I don't know if you guys know this, but I work at a dental office. If this has a lot to do with dentistry, I'm going to critique the shit out of it. I love being an expert about something, at least. I want to see his face. Are we going to the export door or floor or testing floor, whatever? There's too many names for things. My dude, you are thoroughly creepy. Perfect dentist, eh? I want to see his face! And I have to apologize if my audio's bad. I'm in a closet, surrounded by coats. I've got towels on the ceiling blocking light. I've got cushions from the couches from out in the living room. Like, I'm trying everything I can to, like, really take away sound issues. Oh, and I didn't even notice last time that we didn't even get an opening. Like, I had to see another reaction mention that we didn't get another opening in order for me to realize, oh, we didn't get this. I wonder if Mark is gonna start, like, starving his outies, like, sleep so his innie and him can connect. I keep trying to, like, figure out, like, if this is, like, clues, like him sleeping on the table and, like, the sands of sleep spilling, that kind of stuff. It's a lot of blue pills, Mark. Don't ever take the blue pill. Or does the blue pill release you from the Matrix?
How's the old burning shit into your eyeballs thing going?
Oh, he's taking the stuff for reintegration.
Do you have any other ideas?
Is that ginger? I love ginger. Being in Japan, it's feeding my ginger happiness.
Hey, I'm sorry. I gotta get to work.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Regabi girl.
I haven't remembered anything else.
Right. Well, maybe your innie has.
Why is she like such a snot? She's always got a tood. He's just asking questions. He doesn't know. Neither do we, and I want answers, and I don't like that she's being sarcastic. I want her to be soft and knowledgeable. Hold my hand.
Will I be updating Father later?
Is that a no?
He should hear it from me.
We have decided to spare him knowledge of this contretemps.
Contretemps. What is that?
The medical team says your tempers will rebalance quickly. Perhaps we could arrange another obligement session this evening.
Obligement session.
I said I'm fine.
We're close, Helena. What's he at? 78%?
81 as of Friday.
I want to know what happens when he gets to 100. I don't know if it's good or bad.
I'm not going back down there.
It won't be you. It will be your innie.
My innie who tried to kill me?
Twice? Well,
And then
I
the
guess
other one
once.
tried to kill me. They're fucking animals.
That taught her nothing, being down there with them. Fucking nothing.
And Father approves.
Father encouraged it.
Wow. So is Drummond related, or did they all just call him Father?
But there is no other solution. Mark S. won't work without her.
And the work is mysterious and important.
It's very mysterious and important.
So we must give him her.
I love that she doesn't have a choice now. I'm so vindictive. I'm like, yeah, fucking get in there. Helly R. Helly R. Helly R.
Good morning, Heliar.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, she's back.
What the hell?
Yeah, exactly, girl.
Please follow me. Mr. Milchick will explain.
I missed Helly so much. And Milchick's gonna explain to cover someone's ass. His ass, their ass, Lumen's ass. Helly will see right through that bullshit. That's our Helly walk. Ah!
I need to know what's going on. Like right now.
Where's Irving?
And why was he trying to drown me?
Because you're a fucking Egan.
Oh. Yeah, she already knew that, though.
It's called a Glasgow block. It allows one's Audi.
Wait. Are you saying that she was down here as me?
Maybe she still is.
Hey, I repeat myself. Where is Irving?
Yeah, where is Irving?
He?
I'm so confused.
Answer my question!
Excuse me.
I love when they give Milchek tood.
He nearly drowned you. Our only option was permanent dismissal.
I think she realized how much Irving loved her in that moment.
So he is dead.
No. Irving B's Audi has departed on an elongated cruise voyage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give 3 dry fucks about his Audi.
Wow. She doesn't have the right to take my identity.
Have you ever heard the story of the Gluckschuppen?
Can't say I have. It's probably going to be a lie and a manipulation anyway.
In ancient times, the king of Sweden himself was known to go incognito amongst his people in the hopes of learning their true grievances.
They're fucking animals. True grievances.
Keir Egan himself was known to do so in his ether factories, and Miss Egan was carrying on this noble tradition.
Undercover boss.
Smells like horse shit.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, Swedish horseshit. And Irving is still dead.
Thank you, Dylan.
As I said, Irving B's Audi has departed on
an elongated cruise voyage. Yeah, I know. Is he gonna come back or not?
I love Dylan. Come on, milkshake.
He is not.
Wow, some actual honesty.
You fucking murderers.
This went well.
Did it?
Allow me to escort you to MDR and help reacclimate you to your work environment.
Did they change it?
What in the abominable fuck?
Oh, they changed it. Oh, fuck you guys.
You.
Fuck you guys. Completely erased Irv.
The Ortbo was a challenge for us all in ways expected and none.
You mean like Jamie Egan's daughter Gluckschupaning us?
Ooh.
Careful, Dylan. Words have consequences. I'd hate to rescind certain privileges.
I don't think he fucking cares. Well, Mark now just realized that there were certain privileges Dylan was getting
All
that they
passes will
weren't.
still be available.
Let us have a funeral.
I'm sorry.
Irving is a person and he's gone. So we'd like to have a funeral.
I love you, Dylan.
Is this MDR's position?
Yes.
Dude. Little help?
Mark?
Sure, as long as it's quick. So it doesn't take up the whole day.
Well said, Mark.
Thank you.
I think Mark's trying to portray himself a little differently in front of Milchek. Oh.
Miss Wong, we need to ready a bereavement kit for MDR.
They actually have a bereavement kit? What happened to the dentist? Or creepy dental assistant because they were retrieving instruments. That's what I do. I don't wheel them down a hallway to a testing floor.
You couldn't tell that she wasn't me?
Obviously not.
What was she like?
You?
Like you. Or you're like her? I don't know. I don't know who you are, I guess.
Oh.
It's not my fault that my Audi hijacked me.
Yeah, no, totally. I get it. It sucks.
She fucked everything up.
Do you want to hear what happened to me?
No, I don't. And let's just try to forget it. Okay?
Ugh. So unfair. She doesn't deserve this. Did he make coffee mugs with their faces on it?
I thought bereavement events were for innies who die on the floor.
On the floor? How many times has that happened?
May I say a question?
You may.
You shouldn't let them have a funeral. It makes them feel like people.
That wasn't a question.
It wasn't, but
That was
also.
an opinion. Unsolicited.
Ooh. Why is she on the floor? We still haven't gotten an explanation why a kid is on the floor.
I'll ready the refreshments. You focus on the mournful signage.
Mournful signage. The way these people speak is really interesting. Oh god. With that music?
Normally, when an innie goes to be with Kier, we hold a retirement party, which they attend.
Irving mugs.
We will now have a eulogy from Dylan G.
Okay. Is the hang in there sign behind? Saw the other creepy weird one.
It's hard to pinpoint a favorite Irving story. For the least fun guy in the world, he was really fun. He put the dick in contradiction. One time, he was pissed at me for watering down the toner, so he put toner in my water cup. He stopped me before I drank it, though. He just wanted to make a point, not harm me physically. But I did accidentally take a sip of it later because I forgot he said that. He was awesome and I miss him.
Thank you, Dylan G. A little sugar with your usual salt.
I want that on a t-shirt.
You may now briefly partake in Irving's fruit head, whose dark hair is courtesy of the Black Beauty watermelon from the country of Malaysia.
Do they have a mole in his nose? You guys are eating Irving. They're eating his ear.
I gotta get to work, but great ceremony, guys.
Seriously.
I mean, isn't it kind of over?
Mark.
Mark, Irving was your friend, and he's dead. Why don't you give a shit?
Because he's not dead, he's just not here.
You're never gonna see him again.
Did you tell her Miss Casey's your wife yet?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's my Audi's wife, but sure. No, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, that face is fantastic. God, Britt can act with her face so well.
It doesn't matter.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because they are smarter than us, okay? They know everything. Because Helena told them everything we're doing.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. Mark, look, I'm not her. I'm not.
It's very clearly Helly now. You gonna tell her about what you guys did in the tent?
Stop being a fucking asshole.
Yeah, stop being a fucking asshole. I think that proves it's Helly. I'm just saying.
Natalie, just before we begin, I was wondering if I could have a word with you. The paintings.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you could share with me a little how you felt when you received the paintings.
Gross, probably.
Because I'm thinking we face similar challenges, and perhaps the paintings and the somewhat complicated feelings they evoke.
Mr. Drummond's waiting.
Yes, of course.
Getting somebody on your team. A little bonding over saying nothing but saying a lot.
Sorry I let you down.
Oh, you didn't. Turn around. The poster. No! Look at the poster! Take a mug. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I just want to let you guys know that I did not put that together, and if it wasn't for people leaving comments in the comment section, I never even would have thought twice about the poster. Y'all are smarter than me sometimes, for sure. Oh, I wish I could have read that whole thing. I'm gonna have to rewind it and read it. Oh. Should he have put that back?
Sadly, there have been 3 contentions reported anonymously. 1, he uses too many big words.
We're not allowed to do that?
Well, perchance I may colloquially employ.
Anti-deflections will be heard after the lunch break.
Oh my god.
On several of your daily logs, the paperclip was installed back to front, which led to a confusion as to where in the document to begin reading. But the bulk of our day will revolve around the following.
Yeah, hopefully not nitpicking.
And the discovery of the true identity of another at great risk and harm to the Egan name.
I actually feel bad for Milchek. The nitpicking in the beginning, I really felt bad for him. But, like, man, he's trying any which way he can to motivate them to become a team.
Mark Scout's completion of Cold Harbor will be remembered as one of the greatest moments in the history of this planet. It will take place under your stewardship.
What is Cold Harbor?
I think it's time to go back to the basics, Seth. To remember these severed workers' greater purpose.
Oh, Milkshake. Are we gonna get him rebelling? Calamitous Ortbo? And he uses too many big words? Oh! Oh boy, it's starting to happen. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Oh!
Hi, Mark. I see you left work 6 minutes early.
Oh.
May I come in?
Uncomfortable.
Did Miss Wong take notes? I can't wait to read her article about it in that newspaper you showed me. What was it called again? The Bullshit Gazette? Whatever you say, Mr. Milchek. Praise cure.
Wow.
Did you and Heliar catch up?
We did.
Did you tell her that you fucked her outie at the Orpo?
Oh boy, they know. Okay.
Have a restful evening.
Oh my god, Trammell is just phenomenal! Scary as hell! I think the calmer he is, the scarier he is. Actually, the happier he looks, the more terrifying he becomes.
Your sovereign boss may own the clock that greets you from the wall, but you get to enjoy its ticking and thus should be happy.
Gross.
Babe, it's the literal opposite of what you were saying before.
Yep. Thank you, Devin.
I see how you'd feel that way, but...
No, it's exactly the opposite.
Well, it's a Trojan's horse. If I can get my ideas to severed workers all across the world, it might beget a revolution.
How?
Lumen hurts people, you know that. And if you want to water down your work so they can use it for their fucking propaganda, then you're hurting people too.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Devin. Thank you.
On your words. And also, this is a fiscal and creative opportunity unlike any I have yet seen. And I'm not inclined to just walk away from it.
Sell out.
Okay, whatever. I'm gonna go to bed.
No. Babe.
No, thank you.
Yep. Same. Fuck you, Rickon. I get it, though. I feel for Rickon, because, like, he's probably not a success. And this is his way to feel like a success, even though it's a complete sellout. So what does he do now? Oh, who are you calling? So happy we get to see Irv again.
They fired me. I think they knew what my Innie was up to. I'm telling you to...
Oh God. Irving and Bert.
Hey! You! Why are you following me?
He doesn't know him.
I got this thing. When somebody shows up on my doorstep screaming my name, I want to know why. Call it a quirk.
They didn't know each other.
Why were you at my house the other night?
I don't know.
It wasn't you at all, was it?
Nope.
You're severed. I got canned a couple of weeks ago. When I pressed them for a reason, they said my innie had an unsanctioned erotic entanglement with another worker. They wouldn't tell me who.
The Audi got fired.
You think we were an item?
Well, Fields certainly thinks so. That's my husband, Fields.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well.
And I'm sorry I came at you just now.
Oh.
We got a ham. We're planning to have it tomorrow.
We have a ham.
It'd be nice if you come over. We could sit down, talk through it all.
Interesting.
You, me, and...
Fields.
Fields.
I suppose.
We like red wine. Expensive.
Okay. Tomorrow.
You need a lift?
I'll walk, thanks.
You sure? I know where you live.
Yeah, it sounds like a threat.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, so they didn't know each other. That's actually a relief. I mean, I know we were going to see Irving again, but, like, I didn't know how long it was going to be, and if I just have to live with a watermelon Irving. I don't want to do that. Oh, Mark, come on. Cremated remains.
What I thought was her.
Is there another body in there, or is it empty?
Who's in there?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They know people at the morgue.
Or are we gonna...
One more day.
Come on!
Usually that's best. I don't want to rush things. There's risk.
Yeah, no, true. I just want instant gratification.
Are they hurting her?
Yeah, I want to know.
I don't know.
What are they doing to her? What is MDR doing?
What?
I didn't say anything.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Audi can parallel park in less than 20 seconds.
He's hearing Miss Casey.
Your Audi can roller skate with grace. Your Audi listens to music while shaving, but not while showering.
Oh my god, is he gonna be able to walk around in Lumen?
Your Audi once captured a butterfly. Your Audi is going to be
Just imagine somebody you thought was dead was just in front of you. Even if it was for a couple seconds and you heard their voice after all that time. Oh, God. Sorry. I'm really personalizing that experience, aren't I? Oh, man. He finally saw her. He finally saw her. These tissues suck. Okay. We got quite a bit in that episode. Gosh. First of all, love that Dylan gave a eulogy for Irv. I'm glad that he said that Irv deserved a funeral and that they wanted a funeral and not a retirement party, but also learning that Bert's retirement party was not a retirement party, that Bert was fired. Well, now Bert and Irving have that in common. I'm so happy to have Heliar back. And it was very satisfying to have Helena have to kind of face the fact that she had to still be Helly in this scenario and that she couldn't go back and fake it. The fact that she, and I don't know if it was just to the people in front of her, but it felt like she didn't really learn anything about her experience with them. She still saw them as animals. Now, I don't know if she was saying that so they would want her to go back, or that they would allow her to go back in as her, and she was trying to manipulate them with those words. it's nice to have her back, but we don't have the same harmony. Not Cobell, but we don't have the same harmony that we had before. Mark definitely is aloof and distrustful and distant. And, you know, like, I don't know why. I don't know if he's protecting himself or if he just doesn't trust what's around him. So he's just going to be like, I'm just putting my head down. I'm doing my damn job. Dylan absolutely was wonderful for suggesting the funeral. And then again, I have to thank you guys for even mentioning something about the poster, because I didn't realize it when I watched it that that was something that was important. And the fact that I need to go back and read what Irving wrote on that paper, if it's just directions to get to the testing floor. I'm assuming that it is. But for Dylan to go on a journey there, and, you know, Milchek looked at Dylan and said, you know, other privileges will be revoked if, you know, like this, you know, continues. And Mark kind of was like, what the hell does that mean? And, you know, Helly's just kind of like, I don't know what's going on anyway. I feel like Dylan was really showing how much he loves Irv. He might love Irv more than he loves his wife, as an innie. The melon head was just ridiculous. And then they ate his ear. Twisted. The fact that Miss Wong was like, you got a performance review today. It's like, and kind of like you need to like stop treating them like kindly. And then he had his performance review and kind of like tried to get from Natalie like, hey, the paintings were weird, right? Like that didn't feel good. I feel like me and you were very similar. I feel like me and you might have the same feelings on how gross that felt. I especially think that Natalie probably would love to say something, but she just doesn't. But she says a lot with her face. Man, between Natalie and I don't know who plays her, but Britt, and their face acting, phenomenal. Man, so good. Anyway, Milchek kind of fishing a little bit with Natalie and then going into his performance review and putting on paper clips the wrong way and using too big of words to get nitpicked about those things. Are you kidding me? And that like that performance review could take 4 to 6 hours and to schedule or to like pick out your lunch if it goes any like longer. And like essentially they're just like, take your lunch order. It's going to be a minute. Yikes. I was worried anyways because shit has not been going good for Milkshake. And maybe he does need to switch it up. But the scene with him and Mark in the elevator, and, you know, they know that he had sex with Helena. I'm happy that Dylan said, did you tell her that you're married to Miss Casey? And like all of the reactions from Helly were 100% genuine and 100% her. It is very obvious that we have our Helly R back. And I love her. I love her like walking away from Mark and just being like, stop being a fucking asshole. Because that's Helly. 100%. Them taking away Irv's desk, him away from out of the pictures, like I would have taken one of those mugs from the break room and I would have hidden it somewhere. But like that's just dark. Man. They like erased him, but they can't get rid of the memory. At least I don't think they can. And I think they would have if they could have. Sorry, my lips are so chapped from the wind here in Japan. Like my face is like wind burnt and it's so cold, and I keep putting all of this like balm on my face to try to like make it calm down. I am not used to this cold, but I love it. It snowed in Kyoto yesterday. It was just fabulous. But you know, like I find myself getting frustrated with Ragabi, and I am just like, she doesn't have to be nice. She doesn't really have to be. It'd be nice if she was, instead of just like always having an attitude and kind of like always not explaining anything to Mark. And the only way we get information is if she explains it to Mark. So I need her to explain it to Mark, and I'm frustrated because I feel like I'm getting the attitude personally. But you know, like, and she's not necessarily a bad person. It just seems like she's very medical field. Yeah, kind of switched off a little bit. What was with the dentist in the beginning? I was like, are they going to do fillings? Are they going to extract a tooth? I saw a periosteal elevator, which means that they're ripping gum tissue away from bone, but I didn't see any like other elevators or forceps or anything like that. So I don't think they were extracting teeth. There were a lot of scalers, so they might have been cleaning teeth. They might have been cleaning dog teeth, goat teeth, who knows? But you can't show me a dentist as a dental assistant and all of those instruments going to the testing floor and not give me any idea of what's happening. I mean, they could essentially be taking like dental fillings out of people to change their identity. Maybe that's what they're doing to Miss Casey to prove that it's not her. They totally could be doing that. Because if you have like, let's say silver fillings on all of your back teeth, right? They're an amalgam, like they're very dense. They show up really bright white on an x-ray. You could take those out and put crowns, like certain kinds of crowns, like zirconia crowns on teeth, and they are just super dense, blocked out. You can't tell. But her bone pattern would be the same. Are they going to change your bone pattern? Are they going to change your sinuses? In certain x-rays, you have a deviated septum. You can see it in the panoramic. Or that they can't change her condyles, the position of her jaw. Like, so if they change like teeth, I would just be looking for any other anomaly like on an x-ray as a dental professional. I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I feel like why would there be a dentist? Because they're not doing cleanings on the testing floor. They have to be fixing something. They have to be changing something. And the only thing that I can think of that they would be changing is Miss Casey, so it's no longer recognizable as Gemma. I didn't mean it, but I meant the teeth. Anyway, wow, so much happened. Seems like Mark is taking medication. I don't know if that is to help him recover from reintegration, to stop the reintegration sickness maybe, or like an illness that comes along with it. It looks like he was doing shots of ginger. It wasn't very orange. It was kind of white. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was coconut. I don't know. But I'm desperately trying to figure that out. And I was just like, don't take the blue pill. And I'm like, wait, which one gets you out of the matrix? Is it the red pill or the blue pill? I think he says if you take the red pill, you can go back to everyday life and you'll forget that this ever happened. If you take the blue pill, well, yeah. No, I can't remember. Helena being forced to go back in there, even though she didn't want to. And that pretty much her father was suggesting it. Now, again, a lot of this is being told to us from characters that I don't know if we can even trust. Not trust, but like, I don't know if something that Drummond says is something that I should take to heart whatsoever. I don't necessarily think so, but like, that would be to an innie, and he was talking to Helena. So there's that. And every time I look at Drummond, I feel like he's like Rickon's older brother or something, because they look alike and they're kind of weird and quirky. And then like Rickon rewriting his entire book. It's like totally against everything that he was already previously saying that motivated the MDR uprising, right? With Dylan and inspired Mark. And now they're completely changing the message to try to, one, appeal to Rickon financially, which is sick. Because I understand that people, like, when you're not doing well or you're not a successful writer and you want to be one, and you have the ability to sell like millions of copies of a book and make a lot of money and like really help your family, there's a lot in that. But I definitely think it's a sellout move for Rickon. And I think a lot of his friends, if he mentioned what he was doing and told them, that they would probably be a little disappointed in him. Because you can already tell Devin is. And Devin handles it way better than I would. I mean, like, why can't you see that this is wrong? She's just like, I'm going to bed. Like, well, okay. A Trojan's horse, though, and that was the name of the episode. It's a Trojan horse. I mean, maybe he could put pictures in the book and would have like one of those like things where like you have to cross your eyes to have things come together, and it has hidden messages in it. I don't know. I'm like trying to think of like how Rickon could actually still help us in this scenario, still help himself. I'm so happy that we saw Irving and Bert. The fact that they didn't know each other and they weren't a couple and they didn't have a thing, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Because Bert is married and has a husband. Now, he did invite Irving over, and he does kind of think that him and Irving had a thing. Thruple? I don't know. I don't know. It seemed like Irving was kind of like, I don't want to say that like he was kind of like we were a thing or whatever, but like he apologized immediately for like the aggression that he came at Bert with, and I thought that like that's very Irving B. That's our guy. He's in there still. It's lovely. I'm curious to see how that dinner goes. And they like expensive red wine. I don't know if he was suggesting like we like expensive red wine, bring some, or if he's just like it's going to be a nice dinner. We like expensive red wine. So not quite sure. Oh man, I cannot wait for next week. I will be at a different hotel, so I don't know what my setup's going to be at that point. I'll be in Tokyo. Actually, it'll be the morning that I leave. So thankfully, this aired at 11 a.m. for me here, so it will be just before I have to catch my flight. So I don't know if I'll be able to ramble as much as I have been with this. But there's so much that could happen in the next episode, and I'm so excited and curious. And the fact that we got to see Mark see Gemma again, even though it was Miss Casey, and the tears in his eyes. God damn, Adam Scott. Between him and Dylan making me cry, and Britt and Natalie like making me just in awe of their capabilities, and Milkshake, like Trammell he's such a wonderful character in this show, and like the happier he is, the more menacing that can be, and the quieter he is, the scarier he can be, and I just love it. Oh my god. But guys, if you want to watch full-length reaction to this episode, you can find it on my Patreon, but in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of this episode? Were you in the camp of you wanted Bert and Irving to actually have known each other on the outside? I didn't want that. I think that would have been lazy writing, personally. Were you upset that Mark really wasn't talking to Hallie because he still didn't trust her? I feel like he should just be like, hey, we need to talk. This happened. I thought she was you. That's not the case. But I feel like you need to know what your outie did to me, because that is very deceptive. That's assault. You know, not being the person that you thought it was is not okay. That lying about who you are and still being in that scenario is not okay. Did you also in the last episode catch the hang in there, and that it was behind the poster? Because I know I didn't, and I appreciate the people that did, because I would have been like, oh yeah, he said hang in there. You know, like, you guys are so smart. I'm so thankful and grateful for all of you. But what did you think of this episode? Tell me what you thought about every little character point, like with Devin and Rickon, and with Natalie and Milchek, and Mark and Helly, and just Dylan as a whole. I'm so excited about this show. Every time I get to watch a new episode, it tickles my brain, and I can't wait for the next one. So guys, come back here for that, all the way in Tokyo, and in the meantime, I'll see ya.